Well, y'all, this is the second video in a three-part video series called My Hometown Parks. If you haven't checked out Caddo Lake State Park, please do so. Had a lot of great memories there. But y'all, this is Atlanta State Park, and this is the park that sparked it all for me. Interest in nature, interest in our great state park system. So y'all, please join me as we check out Atlanta State Park. Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Chris, the Camping Texan here. Where in the world is a GeoPro? This weekend, we're set up at Atlanta State Park. This is campsite number 31. Well, good afternoon, y'all. It's a pleasure to have y'all out here at the campsite with me this weekend. I'm honored. This is my home park, y'all. I'm from Atlanta, Texas, so it's great that y'all could be here with me. Well, y'all, the story goes Caddo Indians used to farm this land, and the state of Texas acquired this land in 1954 from the Department of the Army and opened it as a state park. As we go along, y'all, I'll share some personal anecdotes, some stories with you about this park and my special memories as a child. So y'all come and join me and I'll show you Atlanta State Park. Well, let me show you around the campsite, y'all. I really feel like we got one of the better campsites here at Wilkins Creek at Atlanta State Park, y'all. This is 31, 20-30 amp electric and water. No issues with the services. Everything hooked up nice this weekend, y'all. Now, I have to say that there are other campsites in this loop that seem to be closer together, but I like 30 and 31, even 32 over here. They all just seem a little bit more private. So if I came back here, definitely 30, 31 I would pick again. Now, within your campsite, y'all, they've refreshed all the picnic tables. You're gonna love the new picnic tables they have, concrete pads. They've got your single hook lantern pole here, standing grill, and in-ground fire ring. No burn ban this weekend, which has been great. It's been nice to not have to deal with that. And they do sell firewood up at headquarters if you guys are interested. They have a cart up there. It's full of firewood. Love the little details they have in the campsite here, y'all, with the rocks. A lot of shade from these tall East Texas pines. A lot of space out here. Can't really call it green, but there is a lot of space out here for your dogs or your kids, what have you, to roam around. We've had a couple of meals out here already this weekend, and just enjoyed sitting at the picnic table and listening to the sounds of nature out here, y'all. Now, y'all, we scheduled this campsite for a couple of reasons. We knew we were going to have a late drive, so about 5 hours from the house to get up here. So a pull-through site's nice. It's not full hookup. You do have to go to the dump station, but leveling out's fairly easy in this site. It has a slope toward the front, so right about where this pair of trees is right here, about where you would want to set the front end of your camper, especially if you got a longer rig, because there is quite of a drop off here at the front of the site. But I wanted to show you guys the twin pine trees. How cool is that, y'all? So one pine tree and then it split into two. That's just pretty cool right there. Now let's talk about your services, y'all. Satellite TV has been non-existent out here. I've run into this problem before at other parks with tall pine trees, and out here is no exception. We have not been able to lock into any channels on a satellite. So we tried the DirecTV app. I've told y'all before, you always have a backup plan, and unfortunately, even with that, we were not able to get it to stream quick enough to pull channels in. So y'all had to pull out my old standby. At Dollar General a while back, I paid about $10 for this little bitty antenna, little set of rabbit ears. And so I hooked that up, and lo and behold, we got a whole bunch of on-air channels. So Susan was about to be a not too happy camper, but I pulled it out at the last minute, y'all. Y'all give me a thumbs up for that one. Wife is happy. She got a few television channels. Now, I threw up the cell booster this weekend just because things were so bad, and it helped out a lot. we can make calls and send text messages, but the streaming part just never really got better. Now, insects have been pretty much non-existent this weekend, y'all. I've seen some very tiny ants. They kind of remind me of Argentine ants. And some, I mean, butterflies, that's it. No bees, no wasps. I mean, we've been fighting the humidity on this first weekend in September, Labor Day weekend. So it's been kind of odd, to be honest with you. We haven't seen any birds flying around, haven't seen any wildlife. No rabbits, no squirrels, no deer. It's just been kind of strange, y'all. If you need groceries or gas or propane while you're out here, y'all, headquarters has a limited amount of supplies. They have an ice machine up there. I talked about the firewood. They've got candy bars and soda pops, stuff like that inside headquarters. But y'all, I would highly suggest you take 1154 out to 96, take a left on 96, go all the way out to 59. There's Easy Mart there on the right-hand side. Really big Easy Mart. Y'all, they've got everything that you're gonna need in there. Ice, small snacks, food items, gasoline. And if you can't find it there, there's a Dollar General just across Highway 59 there. You'll see it when you're at the Easy Mart. And of course, they have other grocery items. And y'all, if you feel like checking out my hometown of Atlanta, y'all drive on into town and there's a Walmart. And down by Walmart, there's McDonald's, Burger King, Sonic. And of course, you know you can find it at Walmart. They've got just about everything. So Atlanta, Queen City, they've got y'all covered. You're within a 20-minute drive of everything there. Now, y'all, let me show you another campsite that I think you'll enjoy over here in Wilkins Creek. Just so peaceful out here, y'all. I think you're going to love this camping loop. This is number 30. Now, number 30, I'm gonna forewarn you now. Okay, so the pad site, it does have a bad slope toward the end of the drive here, but there is a nice level place right here by the box in the water, the electrical box in the water, where you can get set up. It's nice and flat right here, y'all. So if you're gonna think about staying in 30, just bring your rig in here and set up close to the box. Just avoid the hill right there where it starts sloping up. But y'all get 20-30 amp electric and water. A lot of trees here, a lot of shade. Very peaceful, y'all. Hear a lot of birds over in this campsite. Most of the picnic tables, y'all, have been refurbished. They're new. You get a concrete pad, a standing grill, and then you get a nice little lantern hook back here. But one of the things that I really like about 30 is all this area back here. This is nice, y'all. It's nice and shaded. You can put your tent back here. If you got some dogs or children, they're gonna enjoy playing back here. Really nice. So the next time y'all out here at Atlanta State Park, give Wilkins Creek number 30 a shot. It's really nice, y'all. Well, y'all, I'm over here in White Oak Ridge. In this camping loop, I found campsite number 52 to be the one that I like the most. I'm gonna say right now, y'all, this is gonna be for my couples campers, my casitas, teardrops. I definitely, nothing over 25 feet to comfortably fit in here. But y'all, you get 20-30 amp electric and water, in-ground grill and fire ring. You get one of the older picnic tables. They haven't refreshed this one yet, but it is on a concrete pad. And then they have the standing grill out here beside it. But if you look through some of the brush, you can see some of Lake Wright Patman back there. And there's a nice amount of green space here. And a little bit of shade here in the back with some trees. So really nice. So y'all make sure next time you're booking out here at Atlanta State Park and you want to stay out in White Oak Ridge, check out number 52, y'all. Now, y'all, if you're interested in staying in one of the pull-through sites over at Knight's Bluff, these are really nice over here, y'all. Now, this is 22 we're looking at. 22 has the full hookup. You get your water. You get a nice aluminum picnic table on a concrete pad, an in-ground grill back here with the fire ring, a woods view back here, and then you also get a standing grill. This site is located near the park host, and it's also across from the restrooms. For electric service at this campsite, you guys get 20, 30, and 50 amp electric. So I think 22 is a good site, y'all. So if you're thinking about staying over here in Knights Bluff, you'd be close to the boat ramp, close to the day use area. And there's just a lot to do over here. Also, you have the Volksmarks Trail, which is behind the restrooms. Well, y'all, if you're interested in tent camping, 11 is the kind of site that I enjoyed when I was a kid. This is the typical site that we would come up to. Y'all, we had power and water, 20, 30 amp electric and water, aluminum picnic table and a concrete pad, a standing grill, an in-ground fire ring, y'all. We would pitch our tent back here, and we would stay over here on the tent side. You got a little parking area for your car, your truck here. And then my pawpaw would always stay across the street, and we'd walk across the street and enjoy fish fries with him. So if you'd like to do some tent camping out here at Atlanta State Park, y'all might want to give 11 a try, y'all. Now, y'all, when I was a kid, my cousin Daniel and I, we were camping over here in Knights Bluff, and we were walking over here to the restroom, and there was a rattlesnake right by this pine tree. And I almost stepped on it, y'all. He saved my life that day. So grateful for you, Daniel. Well, y'all, even though Atlanta State Park is not a CCC park, you still see some relics from the 50s when the park first opened, like this water fountain that's no longer operational here in the Knights Bluff camping area. Well, y'all, this is the dump station here at Atlanta State Park. It's actually located behind the restrooms at the Wilkins Creek camping area. It's also next to the park host. It's pretty simple, y'all. Single sewer connection, garbage can, and then you've got non-potable water tap. We'll try that again to do your black tank flush if you need. And they also have a little light out here, so not much to it, but it's what they need, y'all. Well, I hope you're all enjoying your tour of Atlanta State Park so far. Go ahead and lace up your hiking boots, and I'll show you around the trails. Now, y'all, I'm out here on the White Oak Ridge Trail connector. This is the connector that leads from the Wilkins Creek camping area. Now, y'all, this can be a little steep. Y'all make sure you wear a comfortable pair of shoes. There's a lot of loose rocks. But I wanted to draw your attention, y'all, to the informative panel they have down here out on the trail. Now, who would have known that East Texas would have been a place to find wild turkeys, y'all? But the eastern wild turkey thrives in this environment. The amount of cover that they have here in the forest, as well as different food sources such as muscadine grapes, makes it a perfect habitat for them. Another point of interest that you have to definitely come and check out on the White Oak Trail, y'all, is this beautiful overlook that they have here. When you get out to this point of the trail, you'll find a really nice bench out here. It's just a great place to bring a picnic, bring some binoculars, look for your favorite birds, or even bring a fishing pole and go down to the water. But overall, just a really cool place to sit and watch nature and just kind of soak it all in. Well, y'all, we just reached the point where the White Oak Ridge Trail meets the Hickory Hollow Nature Trail. Now, when I was a kid and we would come out here to Atlanta State Park, I always got so excited to come to the Hickory Hollow Nature Trail because this was that trail, y'all, that they would have the little signs back in the day next to the trees and different plants and things like that. And I remember walking this trail with my mother and seeing a bubblegum tree. And I just remember that age thinking, oh wow, there's a tree that produces bubblegum. So that's one of my memories from the Hickory Hollow Trail. So y'all come and join me and we'll take a loop around this nature trail. Now y'all, every state park has their own interesting design and feature, and here on the Hickory Hollow Nature Trail you can see the metal bridge that they have crossing the little creek here. But I also wanted to draw your attention to this number 5 on the edge of the bridge. So we're here this weekend, Labor Day weekend, and it's a Saturday morning. And they have like a little scavenger hunt going on. It's really cool. Now, we've already collected a couple of these little pucks for ourselves on the trail, but it's just fun to get out here and search for things like that. And then you can redeem them at the day use area for prizes. So y'all get out here to Atlanta State Park and participate in some of the interpretive programs that they have out here. Well, here it is, y'all. I found the informative panel for the sweet gum tree. So we have one of these in our backyard, and we've had it for, I guess, about 21 years. But you guys know the sweet gum tree very well, and I apologize. I called it a bubblegum tree a while ago, but that's how I remember it as a kid. But these little balls that fall off of the sweet gum tree can be menacing. I've spent hours raking these. But I found it, y'all. Here it is, the sweet gum tree out here on the Hickory Hollow Trail at Atlanta State Park. We just wrapped up our hike on the Hickory Hollow Nature Trail, and what a blast that was, going down memory lane again. But we crossed the road, guys, into the Terrace Trail. Now, the Terrace Trail is 3/10 of a mile, and it's really flat, really comfortable on your feet. A lot of shade. So it's a really nice hike, y'all. And then you're surrounded by these beautiful tall East Texas pines. Just great sights and sounds of nature out here. Y'all have to come out and check this trail out as well. Now, y'all, as I was walking along out here on the Terrace Trail, I started getting vibes of Bastrop State Park and Busher State Park. And you guys that are familiar with those parks, you know about the fires there and the forest devastation that they incurred and all the new trees that they have growing. But here in Atlanta State Park, they're really no different, y'all. In 2016, they had a flood here in some of the low-lying areas, and you can see in the background a lot of the dead trees. But y'all, look at the forest floor now. Look at all these new trees that are popping up. What a great sight to see. Nature repairing itself. It looks great, y'all. Well, y'all, it's a new day. It's a bright day. It's a great day, y'all. We're out here at the Arrowhead Trail, Atlanta State Park. And I wanted to show you guys, they will let you park out here. This is their parking area on the grass. I can only remember one other time that I was at a park, and I believe it was Lake Whitney State Park, that they had designated parking areas on the grass. So y'all come out here, check this trail out, and make sure that you utilize their parking space down here. It's really cool, y'all. So y'all, what's unique about the Arrowhead Trail here at Atlanta State Park is, and we saw this on the Terrace Trail as well yesterday, in 2016, they had a really bad flood out here. This is all very low-lying area. and they had about 10 feet of water. It killed off a lot of the pines that were here, a lot of the older pines, and so you see a lot of new growth in here. And what's really cool, y'all, is the way that they have these trees planted now. The new trees that are coming up is very cozy back here. It makes for a really cool walk through the woods. Well, y'all, just a short hike in on the Arrowhead Trail, and we find ourselves down here by Lake Wright-Patman. I highly encourage this hike, y'all. It's beautiful. In fact, if you don't mind hiking your fishing gear on the trail, there's really nice places here on the bank that you can set up and fish all day long. Just some stunning views, y'all. It's very peaceful out here. Well, y'all, the Arrowhead Trail was so cool. Enjoyed hiking down to the water. It was a lot of fun, but we're going to continue our hike now, and we're picking up with the Volts March Trail. Y'all really enjoy the Volts March Trail. It's really flat out here. It's really easy on your feet. You hear a lot of birds on this trail. It's very shaded, nice and cool on a hot day. And this trail's going to bring us out over by the Knight's Bluff camping area. Well, y'all, here we are. We made it to the backside of Knight's Bluff. Here's the restroom area right here over at Knight's Bluff. But if you have family that's staying over at Wilkins Creek or even White Oak Ridge, y'all, the Volts March Trail to the Arrowhead Trail will connect you guys. So you can, family and friends, essentially you could take these trails, leave your car at the campsite, truck at the campsite, and just enjoy a great nature walk. Well, y'all, we're going to continue our hike here on the Bobo Ferry Trail. As the story goes, Samuel Bobo used to run the ferry out here. If you wanted to cross the Sulphur River back in the 1800s, he's the man that you would have to come and pay. And as the story goes, y'all, the trails back then, they weren't easy to get through. Sometimes you were passing through ruts that were 3 feet deep. Bobo's Trail, y'all, it's pretty cool. It's nestled in between a couple of ditches, high banked, and it kind of gives you that nestled feeling as you're walking along. It's pretty neat. So we just concluded our hike on Bobo Ferry Trail, and y'all, we're really close to headquarters now. So if you're staying in Knight's Bluff and you want to come down to headquarters and grab a snack or talk to the ranger, want to leave your car at the campsite, just take the Bobo Ferry Trail, and it'll put you right here. So as y'all can see, there's headquarters right there. So just a nice little hike. Y'all, this is the main road coming from headquarters. And back in the day, y'all, we used to take this road all the way around to the Deus area. And it provided really pretty views from the bluff. But unfortunately, as time has gone by, erosion has taken over, and the park has been forced to close this road off. Well, y'all, this boat ramp area in Deus area brings back a lot of good memories for me. This fish cleaning station was not here back when I was a kid, and it looks like it's in disrepair right now. I don't see any water going to it, but at one time they had a little fish cleaning station here. But what I remember this area the most for is the birthday parties that we used to have out here, and we had so much family out here. We had such a great time, y'all. I remember there being picnic tables. In fact, you can still see the concrete pad down here, and we would all just we'd have balloons and cake and ice cream, and everybody get together and just have a great time. But this was the swimming area. When we went swimming out here, we would stay out here until the sun went down, playing Marco Polo. And this is the boat ramp that I watched my dad. He had a Chevy Love pickup, and he'd just put that boat in the water so quick, and then Of course, this is where I learned how to water ski, right here. I'd take off right from the end of the ramp there, learn how to slalom. So used to spend hours on this lake skiing. So many great memories here at Atlanta State Park, y'all. Also wanted to mention that they rent canoes and kayaks. Yesterday, which was Saturday, there was a state park vehicle sitting here with a trailer load of kayaks. So if you're interested in renting either one of those, y'all can check with headquarters and they will help you out. Well, it looks like as the years have gone by, they've relocated the picnic area from where I showed you, and they've put a few tables and standing grills over here across from the boat ramp. And then they also have a place to play horseshoes. A lot more green space over here. I can definitely see why they did it. It's very shady, nice and cool. And then they also have an ample amount of parking too for your truck and boat trailer. Well, y'all, this day use area at Atlanta State Park is iconic to me. When I think of my childhood, I think of all the events that have taken place on this field right here. If this field could talk, what it would say. We've had several family reunions out here, several birthday parties. We had a quite large family, and so this field was just a gathering place for us. And we would get together, and after eating our picnic lunch, we would play baseball and softball, and this is where we threw our frisbee or just stood out here on the bluff and looked out onto Lake Wright-Patman. So this is it, y'all. This is the day use area. I loved coming here as a kid. It still gives me goosebumps, even as an adult. Just walking around out here is so much fun. Taking so many showers in this shower facility here, and then the basketball court over there and the swing sets, and then fishing down here on the bank with my mom, and just so much fun out here. But you guys come out here, please come out here. They have these nice concrete picnic tables out here, y'all, with the standing grills, and then a lot of shade under here. You won't be disappointed, I promise. Little touches like the birdhouse over here by the road. I've played more volleyball games than I can count over here. And now they have a place where you can play horseshoes and some really cool benches over here. Just a great place to bring your family. It's so peaceful, it's so quiet. If you've got a large group, y'all, and y'all want to rent out the pavilion, you can do that. They've got a double grill over here, several picnic tables under there. Just a great place to hang out. A lot of picnic tables outside of the pavilion. And then another in-ground grill and fire ring there. Trash cans to take care of any waste needs that you have. There's a water tap if you need fresh water. But y'all get out here. Come book you a spot over in Knights Bluff or Wilkins Creek, and come enjoy this great day use area, just like I did many years ago. This road, y'all, I still keep a piece of this road with me to this day. And seriously, I have a scar on my right knee. When I was about 10 years old, I was camping out here, and my cousin Tara and I were riding our bicycles on this road, and I wasn't paying attention like most 10-year-old kids don't, and I ran right into her bicycle, and it caused me to fall off my seat, and my knee, it caught a piece of the bicycle and just ripped my knee wide open. And so I had to be rushed to the hospital. I was supposed to get stitches, but when we got to the hospital, they were really busy, and so my dad got frustrated because we weren't being seen in a relatively quick amount of time, or at least he thought was a quick amount of time. So he took me home and he bandaged me up himself, and so I still have this scar on my knee to prove it. just one of the great memories that I have, just riding my bicycle out here. It's so much fun. Well, y'all, one advantage of staying out here at White Oak Ridge in that camping loop is you're really close to the boat ramp that's down here by that camping area. They have several spaces here for your truck and your boat trailer. Ample amount of parking, y'all. And then just like over at the other day use area and boat ramp area where they have the kayaks and canoes, they also have a couple of canoes over on this side that you can rent as well. Really nice boat ramp. And then of course, if you don't have a boat and you just want to come down here and you want to do some fishing off the bank, well, they've got several places down here that you can do that as well. Everything's just well kept down here. Just really nice, y'all. And then of course, it's also a great spot if you just want to come down here and if you want to take a few pictures or just take in the scenery of beautiful Lake Wright-Patman. So y'all, one thing I forgot to mention about this boat ramp area out here at White Oak Ridge is when I was in high school, I used to bring my car out here, and it was always such a great place to come and read a book or just watch nature, and it was just so quiet. Nobody really bothers you back here, so I highly suggest bring you a little picnic or something out here, and just come and listen to the sounds of nature and see if you can spot some deer or go down and maybe do some fishing out here. Well, y'all, let's talk about your activities. I'm going to start with the ones that I enjoyed when I was a kid out here, and then we'll move into the ones that I enjoyed this weekend. As a kid, this is the lake that I learned how to ski. My dad taught me how to ski on 2 skis, and then later taught me how to slalom ski. Everyone in my family could slalom ski. We would spend hours on this lake. Just hours going all across this lake skiing. We had so much fun, y'all. We had a simple ski boat, but that's all we needed. Dad kept the Evinrude running, and we just had a great time on this lake. Swimming. The swimming area, y'all, was great. We would just spend hours out there just floating around on our floaties or playing Marco Polo or doing what kids do. It's a great lake for swimming. Fishing, Fisherman's Paradise, Lake Wright-Patman. Some really good fishing. I had a lot of good memories out here with my dad, my grandfather, and my uncles and cousins, and just going all over this lake catching fish. Just spending hours on this lake catching fish. Bike riding, bring your bikes out here. They have a great labyrinth of roads that you can put your bikes on and just spend hours pedaling around this park. This weekend, y'all, I enjoyed the nature trail, Hickory Hollow Nature Trail. That was one of the trails that I enjoyed. I can close my eyes, and as a kid, I remember walking that trail and seeing little bitty snakes and things like that, and seeing the sweet gum tree, and just a great trail. It's a family trail, y'all. Bring your kids out, hike that trail, let them identify some of the plants that are on some of the informative panels out there. But some of the newer trails that I enjoyed this weekend, we'll fast forward a little bit here. White Oak Ridge, that was fun. Do that trail. I enjoyed going down to there's a bench with a little lookout there. You can see part of the lake. And then make sure that you connect it up with Hickory Hollow. You'll have a great hike, especially if you're staying over in Wilkins Creek, y'all. It's right there close to your campsite, so might as well take advantage of that. And you can do all 6 trails in one day. We decided to break the trails up in 2 days. Just because we had more time for Labor Day weekend, but you could certainly come out here on a 2-dayer and you could do all the trails. Enjoyed the Arrowhead Trail. I thought that trail probably gives you the best advantage at doing some fishing. Solitary fishing, if you want to get away from people. If you don't mind hiking your gear down there, they have a great spot where you can set up on the bank. And then the Volks March Trail was pretty cool, y'all. I like how you can combine that with the Arrowhead Trail, and it's really flat, and it really combines the camping areas, Wilkins Creek, White Oak Ridge, as well as Knight's Bluff. So really cool. And then don't forget about Samuel Bobo, Bobo Trail. Mr. Bobo was a ferry collector out here back when all they had was a ferry crossing the Sulphur River. So you got to check that trail out as well. It's really neat. It's cool how you're kind of like in a ditch, and you've got these big banks on either side of you as you're walking along. And that's a great trail if you just want to hike up to headquarters too and say hello to the friendly folks up there. But y'all come out here and give my hometown park some love. Atlanta State Park, y'all, Atlanta, Texas. I promise you will not be disappointed. Plenty of things to do out here. We all have had a blast visiting Atlanta State Park, y'all. It's been several years since I've been back out here. It's been a lot of fun going back down memory lane. But y'all, it's time for me to hit the trail. Next weekend, heading out to Pedernales Falls, out toward Johnson City. So y'all come and join me for that one. And remember, if you enjoyed the content of this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when our videos post every Saturday at 6 p.m. To all my current subscribers, guys, you rock so much. I appreciate your support. My future subscribers, guys, what are you waiting for? Get on board. I see a lot of cool parks like this. Drop me a note in comments if there's a park that you would like to see. And remember, I'll see you at the campsite.